I have been having a really rough go at it lately, so I've parceled down significantly. Um, I'm gonna do what I traded yesterday and today because I swung a lot of stuff. Um, so yesterday I traded Microsoft, Costco, and NVDA, and I was fairly patient on Microsoft. So I'll start with Costco. So I actually swung Costco and NVIDIA over the weekend. Um, and then we got some of this on yesterday. So I this is yesterday's open on Costco. And I just held my swings because I was already down significantly and I just like couldn't be bothered to exit. And then I added here on this inside hour. I think Costco also had a really interesting 30. Let me do this so I can just put them side by side. So I've started just trading the 30 and the 60 because I've been having such a rough go. So I was incorrect. I actually added on that hour. So yesterday we had this triple inside 30, right? So what I did was I entered here on the 30 and I entered pretty small, right? Because I've been taking losses and that's just been like really difficult for me. And then I added here, right? And then my add was pretty significant. So I got the 120s, or sorry, the 1020s and the 1050s, I believe. When all of this happened, I then at the end of the day added again off of this double inside hour to my 150s, right? So I swung all of that. Was a little disappointed to see that it gapped down because this is the start of today. So I entered here and it gapped here, but I just held it. And then obviously the first hour of the day, Costco was really incredible. And you can see on the daily what that looks like, right? We opened here and then we just kind of went up. I took profit when I had a 15er against me. So close to the weekly trigger. Ideally, I would have gotten out around ADR, but you know, I'm just sort of getting my feet back under me. I don't know why I didn't. But all of what I had, the 1020s and 1050s, did well over 100%, and I was in weekly contracts. And now you can see that Costco is going to go outside day. And I mentioned in the chat, I was just too nervous to take this, but when you look at it set up, this is a very logical short. My issue is that the market is quite strong. SPY, Qs, all of that, and like the Mag 7 are pretty strong. So I didn't want to do that. Hold on, I just want to check NVIDIA. Okay. But when you look at it, right, this is a failed 2 up on the 15, 3-2, failed 2 on the 30, and then on the hour, you can also see, let me take this like that. On the hour, you can see that it went 3-2. So I wish I would have taken it in hindsight, but you know, hindsight's 2020. So that was my Monday, Tuesday. Obviously, we're still in Tuesday. NVIDIA. Again, on the 30-60. And if I'm being honest, I think I did take a 15, but we're learning to be better. But I did, all of my initial entries were quite small. Because again, yeah, this is what I did on NVIDIA yesterday, right? So I swung this. So yesterday on NVIDIA, I actually entered here because it was a double 15er. And I just held it because ultimately, and maybe I should zoom out on Costco for you as well. Ultimately, all of these, hold on, let me check Microsoft. I wonder why I got an alert. I want to trade Microsoft up. Anyway, NVIDIA, Costco, Microsoft all have a really clear setup for this week. So that's why I'm focused on these. So I took this and actually held through this against me, which obviously not ideal, don't suggest. But I added here. And I added small. And then I saw like this 30 go. So I waited for the hour, right? So I'm going to switch from the 15. But you can see I went into this double inside 15, right? Took that. It went my way, then it went against me. I just held through it and I added here. So by the time I got back to my entry point, I was up, right? Because I added a little bit lower. And I was getting in the 125s, like really getting in them significantly. The 125s were like 41 cents was my average. I think down here it was 20 something and up here it was like, I can't remember. But my average on the 125s was 41 cents and my average on the 130s was like, let me pull it up, 23. So that's initially what I did, right? And then let me pull up the 30 and the 60 on NVIDIA and you can see my next ad was here on the 60, right? So I entered here, added again, and that's where I got my numbers from. So I couldn't tell you how much I paid on each one, but I can tell you my average on the 125 was like $41. And I just held the rest of the day. Actually, I got shaken out of a few here. I took like 80% profit when this 30 went against me. Obviously it went back up, which was fine. Like that was not an issue. I was holding quite a bit still. So then today, obviously I swung that and we opened almost in the money. We opened at 124.98 and I just held this. There was really, like NVIDIA today, there was no reason to get out of anything. What I did was got in right at the open. When I saw that this 5 went, I entered right here on this 5. Likely on like a 3 or something, you could see a better entry. Maybe on the 1. I don't know. I wasn't looking. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe you have an entry here on the 1er. It's like inside 1 minute to get into NVIDIA, but I just added on the 5. That's not strat. That was just, there was so much volume and momentum in the ticker that I just took it. So I added to my 130s here. What is Microsoft? Let's go. Hold on, let me get into this. I've been waiting all day for this. So I'm getting in the 455s and I'm going to get in the 460s. Okay. So that's what I did with NVIDIA. And then obviously there was no reason to get out of that until here. So I exited some of that up here. And you can see in the chat, like those did well over 1,000, maybe not well over, they did like almost 1,200%. My runners, however, are well over 1,000%. We're looking at closer to 2,000. And I'll post it like once I get out of everything. But yeah, so this is where I am with NVIDIA. This is my next target, so 131.32. So everything I have will be in the money, which would be great. Oh, I actually got into 135s as well, somewhere up here. It must have been a 15. Oh yeah, 15, it was perfect. So this 15, 122 right here, I added 135s to what I'm holding. You can see here with an ad. So 122 on the 15, no reason to get out. We're going back to new high of day, and then my second target is there. Let me zoom out of everything for you. So there's the daily and then the weekly. This is what we're looking at for NVIDIA, right? And actually, NVIDIA is more exciting on the month. Let me get rid of all of this. I've already explained all of that. Okay. So look at NVIDIA's month. We've already hit one of the targets. But this is why I was just hawking NVIDIA, right? Fail 2, broadening formation. We're going all the way back up, at least to all-time highs is the goal. We have to flip the quarter still, so you can see the 3-month right here. Oh, sorry, previous quarter open. That's what PQO means. So that's where I'm looking for NVIDIA. This is annoying to me. So that's what I'm looking at. And NVIDIA has earnings, I want to say, okay, so in 2 weeks, right? So this is also like an earnings run-up play for me. Already hit target 1. Again, flip the previous month, or like cross the previous month open. We may have some resistance there. And then my next target would be ultimately on the month would be 143.44. So that's what we're looking at. That's why I was hawking NVIDIA. Costco. I cannot believe this actually did this. Costco, we had the inside day, inside week. So on Monday, right, we had this inside day on Friday. So on Monday, I wanted that inside day up. Obviously, a strong 3 hammer, looking to just swing that. And then the week. Oh, the week didn't. Oh, okay, cost. The week was inside. We're looking at outside week now, but it triggered that week and went up. So that's what that was about. Microsoft. The reason why trading Microsoft is similarly, we had this inside day, and Microsoft has a lot of room up, right? So that's what I'm looking at. And then also, I believe Microsoft had an interesting month. Yeah, it had that huge gap on the month, which is just showing like extreme strength. So I'm wanting Microsoft to actually go back to all-time highs. So I'm watching that this month. The quarter just went outside, which is fantastic. And yeah, so that's why I'm watching those 3. I can show what I did yesterday. Let's do the hourly and the 30. Microsoft, I had to kind of wait all day, just like I did today. I waited all day yesterday and today. And I just took this double inside hour. So yesterday, this, I took it. I didn't add anything because I was already in NVIDIA and Costco, right? So, and this took a little longer than I wanted it to. So I didn't want to risk it going against me, right? So that was the first thing. We're up here. That was the first thing I did. And then today, you just saw me just now, I added on this double inside hour. And we'll just have to see how we go. That was my ad. So I want to at least see a new high of day. If we can hit ADR, that'd be great. I'd probably take a bit off. But in hindsight, you know, this is pretty interesting as well. Like this failed 2 down on the 30. I wonder if the 15 gave me anything. I want to stop playing 3 2s on the 15. So I probably wouldn't have taken that. But this 30 is fine. And yeah, that's what I'm looking at. That's what I've done. I traded some SPY as well. Just Israel was in the chat mentioning SPY. So no reason to not take it. It was strong this morning. Huge trend. I took this inside fiver on SPY. In hindsight, I should have taken this SPY hammer. But, you know, you do what you do. And yeah, so that's what I've been doing. I've actually been staying away from SPY and Qs just because you can lose so quickly, and I've been losing lately across the board. So that's what my focus is. Oh, I also took Uber today because Uber had a crazy yesterday. I just wasn't paying attention to it. And so today, I believe it was a 15. Yeah, I took this. Sorry, I completely forgot about Uber. And it actually did well, which I don't know how I would have forgotten. Did like 170% on Uber. So I'm already out of it, which is probably why I forgot about it. Because I don't normally trade this, so I didn't want to hold too long. And that's a pretty good profit, you know, if it's something that you're not watching. I wish I was watching this. Oh, I also took SMCI. I put that in the chat. It was like a inside fiver or something. It's up like, let me look. 8%. So that inside fiber must have been, I couldn't tell you where I was. I'm in really light. I haven't been watching it, so I didn't take a big trade. Now I'm just looking at what the market is doing. And this is why, like, when people were saying they want to fill this gap down, it's just look across the board, right? Like, everything's up. Oof, Carvana looks great, right? I know this video is getting long, but maybe I'll make a different one about the gap down. Okay,